3, 2, 1, action! Cut! Go!
I have to kick you.
All right, there it is. That's the movie right there.
Yeah.
Shrunk is a fantastically fun action romantic comedy. It follows the crazy adventures of two spies who are desperately in love with one another. But the last thing they will ever do is admit it.
Just the idea was we're going to take kind of an everyday conversation, everyday situation. In this case, it was an argument between two people in a relationship.
Yeah, I take time to process things. You take time.
But have like an exciting action story wrapped around that. I think I wrote it in a matter of 2 or 3 days. It was rough. There were a lot of changes that need to be made, but I guess there was enough there that they liked it.
I got to read one of the early drafts of the script and loved it.
A lot of directors, when they get your script, they kind of take it over. With Chris, it was very different. He was always trying to be very clear that we were on the same page.
I was always like, let's write, Brian, and like every once in a while I'd throw my 2 cents in there. Even the lines that I did end up writing myself kind of had the Brian Walton stamp of approval.
I think Chris came in and kind of brought his own voice and took that idea of this kind of weird, dry humor in an action movie and just kind of made it his own.
I really connected with the main character, just a lot of his problems and the way that he interacted with the opposite sex.
Randy was based on my roommate, whose name was Randall. He played the character in the original short film. Cue the clip.
This is going nowhere.
Are you surprised?
I think I am.
Okay,
So I suppose I'll see you later then.
suppose you will.
I actually knew Jesse before I even knew I was going to be doing this film. I thought he was basically me, except just a better actor. And the fact that I connected personally with the character of Randy made me think, okay, if Jesse is me and a better actor than me, I think he should play this part, and then he can infuse me into that part.
Randy's character is really, it was almost a non-existent process. There was so much of it that I just identified with. He thought he was a lot cooler than he really was. He has some skill and could, you know, back up his words some of the time, but I am forever finding myself in situations where I'm sticking my foot way into my mouth, and he just seemed to be the kind of guy that would do that, but who would be good at it.
I'd kind of pre-cast him even before he auditioned, but fortunately he came in and blew us all away.
I'd always wanted to do an action comedy, and this kind of thing just seemed perfect. Really, it was just fun to get on set and just be that kind of guy.
The Jenny part was really difficult. There was a lot of great actresses, but the part was just difficult to kind of balance between being strong but not too strong, where she's like annoyingly strong, and then also having kind of that vulnerability also. Fortunately, we came across Bianca Boutte, and she was great. She really was the character of Jenny. She didn't necessarily put on a character. It's like she just was her. When she walked in the room, we're like, I think she'll work.
Yeah, Bianca was actually really great to work with. I could guarantee that she would not do what was on the page, which was awesome because it made me listen and it made me be, you know, aware and attentive and in the moment. I could throw anything at her and she would throw something right back at me. She's vicious though. Like when we were in the trunk, oh, she's just reefing on me, like truly elbowing me. You gotta watch out for her.
I love the fact that her voice was lower than his, and I thought that was hilarious. Unfortunately, the desert was quite far away, and we also shot in January, and we started right when the sun was rising. It was freezing out there.
I'm freezing cold.
Dude, it's cold.
I kind of had made the choice back in August, I would like the main characters to be in kind of like summer wear. And I didn't kind of like think ahead and be like, oh, we're going to be out in the desert at, 6 o'clock in the morning when the sun's just rising. The wind's, going to be like 80 miles an hour. Every single time that I called cut, they just ran off back to the cars to grab their coffee and sat in front of the vents and then like run back out. I call action. Fortunately, I had Jesse Grotholson, who played Randy, who actually choreographed all of the fights. I gave him the basic rundown. At the beginning of the fight, you guys are tied in a chair. At the end of the fight, you need to be here, and Jenny needs to be here, and these number of people need to be dead, and so on and so forth. And he would just kind of fill all that stuff in the middle.
Randy and Jenny were these, quirky and slightly, like a half step left of normal from what you would think an assassin to be. But also we needed to show that they really were assassins and they were really good at their jobs.
We come here just with the dolly. Yeah. Do the hip drill. He's down. Yep, exactly. You're down. Hand here. Bam. Bam. And then come back. Yeah. Throw.
Rolling.
And 3, 2, 1, action. Cut.
We literally had a rough edit a week after we shot of the entire film, and that's because I had two awesome editors, Kyle Kubler and Anthony Parisi, and they're just really gung-ho, and like they were literally on set cutting stuff as like right after I shot it.
We are with our laptop.
I just think it's cool that we can just edit it right here.
You're looking at the first cut of the movie.
This is where the magic happens. Right here, right now.
Which was great for the fight scenes especially. I would shoot something and they would be editing it and I'd continue to film and then I'd walk over and see how the edit was coming and they'd be like, oh, this actually doesn't cut together very well. I'd be like, oh, great, let's just go grab a quick shot right now. And also we had a great visual effects person, Brandon Hahn.
I am Brandon.
Who did a lot of the gunshots and the bullet wounds.
Yeah, that was a blast.
At the same time you guys are doing this.
Okay guys, we're almost ready. Let's go.
We just got on here.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
You
we
did.
did.
For a long time.
Okay, alright. It doesn't matter. It's cool. We're almost done. Okay, let's switch.
No, keep the conflict up. That's good stuff.
I am a conflict killer. I don't know why I'm directing this film, which is all about conflict. I don't like conflict. Okay, let's do this.
Quiet on the set, por favor.
Nathan, watch your head.
Oh, you totally got that.